We're here in a 64 Galaxy and we're going to put a custom seat belt retractor system up inside the roof so it'll be hidden. And Louis is drilling out the section that he needs out right now, drilling out a spot weld so he can remove the panel and have access to put his new plate system in and retractor system. So we'll take a look, see how this goes.
Alright, this is the seat belt track that we made for the right side. This is how it started off. This is the section we cut out of the car, and it helped us make our pattern out of this to follow the same contour as the car. And this is our poster board pattern that we made. And this is the piece that's cut out of sheet metal. We put the little cuts here to make a flare to let the seat belt run through here and not actually have the hard edge to be cutting on the seat belt or anything. And then these are the little U-shaped pieces where the guide, we're going to call them the guides. So this is where the seat belt's actually going to ride into to hold it in place so it doesn't flap around inside the car.
Yeah, we put it on angles to keep it centered because it does have an arc. So
this here is a seat belt retractor box. This is the box that the seat belt retractor is going to be mounted to. This section around in here will actually be welded to the car, and then the retractor will be bolted onto here. It's made out of 15 gauge steel, and it's all welded on every corner. I got a little triangle piece in here to give it more strength. So if he does get into a wreck, it'll help hold this piece in place.
Very good, and that's about what 1/8 of an inch from the outside roof wall, so you've got the maximum depth you can get at, and then the panel has to be built in the back to clear that because it does stick out about 3/4 of an inch into the car, so we'll get that done. And this is the custom-made bezel, contoured to fit the headliner exact. You can see the concave in it. And we also have one pin on the back with one fastener, which will keep it from rotating.
This is the seat belt bezel bracket that we're going to weld onto the roof. Look at the back. We welded a nut to it and everything, so we won't have to worry about it later. It'll be mounted in like this position here. The seat belt bezel will go on here, be bolted in with a countersunk machine screw. And after that, we'll trim it out with this trim ring. This ring here would actually be the seat belt, and the headliner will be glued to this. And then once the bezel's pushed into the headliner, it'll trim it out nice and neat.
Very cool. And this piece?
This is that seat belt track. This would be welded into the car. The seat belt will come out of this direction and be loaded into these rings here. And then this will keep the seat belt tracking straight in and out of the retractor.
And of course, this is what you see from the inside of the car. That's all in behind. That's what guides the seat belt, nice and straight. Sweet. Go on to the next step.